Hello, everybody. Betsy Walker here. So good to see you all this week. I had a little break last week. I needed it and took it. So I want to, jump off where I left off and jump on where I left off and keep talking about the four elements to having your best health, optimal health. That's what it's all about in this group. And I'm very excited about some things that are coming in April. So I want you to stay tuned to the end because I'm going to announce a little bit of what I'm going to be doing in April. If you attended my free challenge in September, you'll really love this one. It's got all the best of that one and even more. So I want you to stick with me. Today, I really, really want to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart, and that is energy. Having as much energy as possible. I am so passionate about this. I'm always trying something. I mean, my kids think I'm nuts because I'm like, try this, see what you think, I'm testing things out constantly. And this has been for years. I've done that because I always want to, operate at my highest, right? That's the kind of person I am. I want to get the most out of my day. I want to get the most out of my workouts. I want to, feel great when I wake up every morning. And I'm sure that's what you want as well. So that's why I'm talking about this topic. So energy and vitality, why do we lose it? All right. That's the question. And a lot of people say, well, I'm just getting older. I've beat myself up or whatever, but it doesn't have to be that way. To tell you the truth, what happens is we take in so much bad stuff from our environment that our body cannot create like healthy blood and have healthy blood flow. So that's really the key, is keeping our cells and our blood as healthy as possible. And you're like asking, well, why is she going all the way down to the blood, right? Well, that's where it all happens, right? If our blood is not healthy, it doesn't clean things out. We just age faster. So it's super, super important to have healthy blood and to create good blood. And how do we do that? All right. We do that by the good things we put in our body. Okay. And if we're putting bad things in our body or on our body, or breathing in bad things, then it causes oxidation of the cells, right? And it causes inflammation, all sorts of things. So the key is really, how do we create the best blood? And to do that, we have to eliminate toxins from our environment, okay? And a lot of people say, well, I want to go do a detox, and first thing I say is, whoa, wait a minute here, because oftentimes detoxing are detrimental to us. Because one thing is, some of them are very harsh and they detox you too fast, and your body has to recover from that, and it's not really healthy detox. And the other thing is, detoxing needs to be a part of your life. You can't just like go along and then all of a sudden detox, and then go along for a while and then detox, right? It's just like it's like a yo-yo. That's not really good for your body. So I want to talk to you a little bit about how can you constantly detox. Always have in mind taking care of your body in a way that you're getting rid of those toxins all the time. I have lots of tricks that I've used over the years and that have worked for me. I actually test my blood pretty regularly and know what my liver numbers are, which is what tells you if you are, getting some of those toxins building up. And oftentimes, your doctor will say, oh, your liver's fine, whatever. But they're not watching things over time. They're not watching changes. They're not watching other markers in relation to your liver markers. So it's really important to realize it's not as easy as some people think. And I think that our medical community oftentimes does not go deep enough unless you go to a endocrinologist or somebody like that. So anyway, detoxing, back to that subject. The first thing you need to do is get as much toxins out of your home. Okay, so we have toxins hidden in everything, in our soaps, our laundry detergents, our lotions, our skincare, even our sun lotion has toxins in it. I mean, anything that you use on your clothes, you wash with, and that could be picked up with your food, like a dishwasher detergent, any kind of soaps, whatever. You have to look in those and you have to see what are the ingredients. Now, if you're wondering, how do I know what's bad and what's good? I'm not going to list all those because there's lots of chemicals, but you can go to a website and I'll post it in the comments. It's called https://www.ewg.org/skin deep, or just ewd.org will get you there, and you can get your lists. And there's so much on that website. I love it. It can tell you what products have been tested, what kind of ratings they have, that kind of thing. So I encourage you to look at that. It also gives you things about the dirty dozen, which are the fruits and vegetables that are really, like, they're highly been sprayed by pesticides. So you want to avoid those at all costs if you can. All right, so check that one out. All right, so like I said, any chemical that you put on your skin is going to go into your bloodstream. All right, your skin is the biggest organ you have, and it sucks stuff in. So you have to be very careful what you put on your skin. And I always say go to the simplest thing you can. So instead of using like fancy lotions or whatever, you can, go to coconut oil, right? There's lots of things you can do and save you money if you look into it. All right. Don't have a lot of time to go over all that today, but I wanted to give you that because it's super important. Read all your labels. It's so important when you're buying food, and always try and avoid packaged foods whenever possible, but read the labels, see what's in there, because there's usually lots of chemical preservatives, colorants. They just have all these additives that are not good for us and that collect in our cells. So our fat cells actually collect the toxins. So people who actually have more weight sometimes have a little more protection from the toxins than people that are very thin, and they can become sick easier from those toxins. But none of us need those, right? Because, toxins create inflammation. So if you're trying to lose weight and you want to get rid of, some of your belly, flab or whatever, you want to eliminate toxins because it pumps up the fat cells and it makes you bigger. So let's get rid of those. One of the things I love to do is to put essential oils in my water. Lemon and peppermint are awesome. Orange is also good. Lime is also good. But if you put, now this is high quality therapeutic oils, not just any that you buy at the grocery store. You don't put those in your food. You put high quality essential oils in there. So if you ever want to know about what to look for, I can tell you, you can message me. But those actually help you detox your cells very slowly. All right. You can also buy teas that help you detox. All right. So that can be a slow thing. I usually, use 1 tea bag a day with some kind of detoxing herbs. So it's something that you can do every day on a regular basis. And then you don't have to worry about doing a huge detox, right? So read your labels and eat cleanly. And I did talk about that on one of the other days. So you can go back and look at that video. Drink filtered water, not bottled water. Okay, bottled water, it leaches the chemicals from the plastic, especially if it's sitting in your car and it gets hot or it gets cold. You just don't want to do that. What I do is I save my bottles from other things I buy and I fill them with my filtered water, put it in the refrigerator, and I grab and go. So that's always been great for me. So that I always have, or I put it in a metal container or a BPA-free container. So super important on that. And don't exercise outside when it's a high pollution day. So if you live in a city like I do and they have this alert on high pollution, don't exercise outside. Stay inside where the air is filtered. Because you breathe that in through your lung, and your cells take those toxin in. Also takes it in through your nose. Okay. Also, I mentioned in number 1 about getting the toxins out of your environment. Perfumes and fragrances are just terrible. Those go into the cells in your sinuses and your nose, and it poisons them. So you don't want that in your bloodstream at all. So make sure that you're not using air fresheners, cleaners that have it says fragrance in there. Just really avoid that. Oh, also candles. Candles are bad. Stay away from candles. So change your filters in your furnace regularly. Okay, so I have like this major, it's like a hospital grade furnace filter because we had terrible allergies when we moved here. And so I got this. This is 18 years ago. It has 4 huge HEPA filters. It cost me $400 just to change the filters in my furnace. But it has made a huge difference in our environment here because for some reason we have a lot of dust and pollen. So that's what we did. But you don't have to do that. Just change your filters regularly. Clean the furnace out. Just make sure that you do that on a regular basis. Now, this is a big one. A lot of you know that I talk a lot about emotions and how they affect our health. Well, toxic people, toxic situations also cause you to build up toxins in your body. So if you have relationships or things that you are around that are toxic, or you watch too much in the news, I encourage you to really look at that because that is also loading the toxins in your body, and it actually affects your cells and you physiologically. So that is something you can do. You can do meditation, breathing practices. I like to, as you all probably know, I like to breathe in essential oils and release those negative thoughts and emotions on a regular basis. So I hope this was all helpful for you. It's the last day of the series that I did on living optimally. I'm excited to bring you some new content here coming up in the approach to drum roll. It's going to be a 5-day retreat or challenge. I haven't decided what to call it, but it's going to be in April, and it's going to be super informational for you. You're going to learn a lot. We're going to have some actual interaction. We're going to be doing things. We're going to learn things about how to just live and exercise and eat and just take care of yourself to the best of your abilities. I'm going to give you some cutting edge things you probably never heard about. So I'm excited about that. And, in terms of, me, I like science. So I like to do science and then implement it. So it's a little bit of information and then we implement. So you're going to get a lot of that great stuff. I'm going to do a lot of the neurological stuff that actually can change your brain, to change your body and your health. Just super excited about it. For those of you that are wanting to lose weight, we're going to have a really, really great special guest on for that in terms of how to use DNA testing. So I've signed with a company I'm very excited about that gives amazing DNA tests that get you on the road to whatever you want to do in terms of your health goals. So stay tuned for the announcements on that, and please share it when you see them. I'd love to have as many people as possible, join me and just really build up some excitement for it because it's going to be life-changing for everybody who is involved. I guarantee you. All right, so that's all for today, everybody. And if you want to know more about the cellular aging and how to reverse aging, I encourage you to go back to January 22nd when I did a video interview with Jeff Ackerman. That's going to be a little bit of highlighted a little bit in my my event in April. But if you can't wait and you want to know how to reverse the age of your cells, I encourage you to go back and look at that video. Message me if you have any questions. And I hope you all have a fabulous day, a fabulous weekend, and we'll see you back here next week. All right. Bye-bye, everybody.